Hello, I'm Deacon David Kompanik. I'm the Executive Committee Chairman of the St. John Kochurov Society, and I greet you today with the Feast of St. John. This is the 100th anniversary of his repose. He was martyred at the hands of the Bolsheviks in the Red Terror that broke out in the October Revolution in 1917. And prior to his repose, however, he had already for many years been living a sacrificial life of love for Christ and love for his brothers and sisters in the church. And he was known as an instructor of youth, as a missionary priest in America who founded several parishes, and also as an ascetical laborer for Christ, one who, regardless of the cost to himself, to his family, they were willing to sacrifice their own comfort and their own security, their own provision and need for the sake of other people who were in need. One of the things he did in his life, among the many remarkable achievements that he showed forth during his time as priest, is that he founded an Orthodox mutual aid society to care for those in America who were in need. And so, in so doing, he set an example for the faithful that to give a little bit of something from their own resources for the sake of other people could have a tremendous impact. And in fact, in his own death, this came around to bless him. His efforts in this regard became a blessing to his family because in his death, having left behind his wife Alexandra and their 5 children, the Diocese of Petrograd called upon all the clergy and faithful to take up a small offering from each hand that together would combine to make a great outpouring of love and support for the bereaved family so that he could, in his death, find the love of the church, the embrace of the church surrounding his family and caring for them when he was no longer able to do so. So St. John is an inspiration to all of us to take up our cross and follow after Christ, to be willing to let go of, to give up, to offer to God some of our talents, our time, and our treasures for the sake of the kingdom. Now, I'm reaching out to you on behalf of the St. John Kochurov Society, which was founded in 2009. It is a charitable branch of our Diocese of Chicago and Mid-America, ROCOR. And this society has already been instrumental in providing support to mission parishes, perhaps that were unable to pay a priest or were unable to pay rent for a few months. We've supported the youth of our diocese on numerous occasions, allowing them to attend more affordably the St. Herman Conference that occurs at the Feast of St. Herman each year. To support the youth who are attending the choir conference or the liturgical music seminar held in our diocese so that they can go on to become the next generation of choir directors. We've enabled campers to attend summer camps to allow them to fellowship with other youth their age, to serve in the church services, to sing, to have a good time together. And the society is doing this with the hope that there is one place, one region, one central place where the people within our diocese, the priests, the mission parishes, and the monasteries as well, can reach out and say, we're in need of help, we're in need of financial assistance. And our hope is that, our prayer is that the money will always be there to answer that call and to respond to those needs. I mentioned monasteries. That's another element of our 3-part platform of focus, which is the youth, the missions, and the monasteries of our diocese. The monasteries are another critical element that need our support because often they're distracted from prayer, they're distracted from their primary duty as monastics because they're having to look out for, take care of the recurring monthly financial needs or the one-time expenses, whether maintenance or repair that may come up at monastery grounds and buildings. And so they're being pulled away to take care of these things when we would really like for them to be focusing entirely on prayer for our diocese and our churches and for the whole of the church so that by their prayers we can be supported and strengthened. So today is the centennial of the martyrdom of St. John. And for this memorial, we have set a goal that we would like to achieve 100 members of the society for this 100th year mark of St. John's death and life in Christ. And so, with that in mind, let me remind you that to become a member, you simply contribute $120 as a one-time donation, or you set up a recurring $10 per month donation so that by the end of the year you have contributed that $120. That is the level of a supporting member. We have additional lifetime giving levels that have been established to recognize those who've made especially profound contributions financially to the society. Although I'd like to say also that whether or not you're able to give the 1-year amount or set up that recurring donation, any amount that you can contribute today to this need, to this cause, will immediately be put to use to support the youth, the missions, and the monasteries of our diocese, as we have done before. As I must tell you, though, that unfortunately our funds are running low. If we try to contribute to the same needs in this coming year that we did in prior years, we may well see the funds be depleted if we don't have an increase in members, an increase in donations. Every dollar that you provide to the society is put to good use because it is contributed directly to those in need. We are on an all volunteer base. We have a few members of our committee. We have those who pitch in to help us out for various needs or events, but everything is volunteer based, so we are not having to pay a staff, we're not having to pay overhead on office expenses. The money you contribute is being put back into the diocese, but by giving it to the society, you ensure that the money is there when the need is identified. When the call comes out, when the cry is made, they can reach out to the society and know that we will supply as we are able and as God grants. So with your support today, if you make this donation today, your support will have a real appreciable impact on the health and the life of our diocese in this year and in the coming years. So I ask you to please, in the memory of St. John, the new martyr, the first priest martyr of the Bolshevik Revolution, in his memory, take up your cross, make a contribution, sacrifice some little amount or some large amount, whatever you're comfortable with and able to provide. Supply that to us today, and we will put it immediately to good use. Along with this contribution, we encourage you to send the names of those you would like commemorated. And supporting members will be given an opportunity to supply a commemoration list and will receive a certificate of thanks for their contribution. This commemoration list will be provided to the Diocesan Cathedral, the Holy Virgin Protection Cathedral in Des Plaines, Illinois, and there your loved ones will be commemorated at each Divine Liturgy. Thank you for watching this message, for giving it prayerful consideration, and I look forward to joining with you in spirit and celebrating the memory of St. John and in putting our feelings and our prayers into action through the supplies, the provision that we give to those who face the greatest needs. Because truly, those who face the greatest needs are very often the future of our church. Thank you again. May God bless you, and I appreciate your support.